The man who is swimming against the stream knows the strength of it. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand. The world must be made safe for democracy. I would rather fail in a cause that will ultimately succeed than succeed in a cause that will ultimately fail. The ear of the leader must ring with the voices of the people. America was not built on fear. America was built on courage, on imagination, and an unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. You cannot be friends upon any other terms than upon the terms of equality. The history of liberty is a history of resistance. If you want to make enemies, try to change something. There is no higher religion than human service. To work for the common good is the greatest creed. The seed of revolution is repression. A nation which does not remember what it was yesterday does not know what it is today, nor what it is trying to do. The government, which was designed for the people, has got into the hands of bosses and their employers, the special interests. The truth is we are all caught in a great economic system which is heartless. Friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. We grow great by dreams. The object of love is to serve, not to win. The sum of the whole matter is this, that our civilization cannot survive materially unless it be redeemed spiritually. To fight, you must be brutal and ruthless, and the spirit of ruthless brutality will enter into the very fiber of our national life. We are citizens of the world. The tragedy of our times is that we do not know this. Only a peace between equals can last. Power consists in one's capacity to link his will with the purpose of others, to lead by reason and a gift of cooperation. The greatest power that a person possesses is the power to choose. No man can sit down and withhold his hands from the warfare against wrong and get peace from his acquiescence. The business of government is to govern and not to write letters. No nation is fit to sit in judgment upon any other nation. The flag is the embodiment, not of sentiment, but of history. America is not anything if it consists of each of us. It is something only if it consists of all of us. The things that the flag stands for were created by the experiences of a great people. Everything that it stands for was written by their lives. I would rather lose in a cause that will someday win, than win in a cause that will someday lose. No country can afford to have its prosperity originated by a small controlling class. If there are men in this country big enough to own the government of the United States, they are going to own it. A conservative is someone who makes no changes and consults his grandmother when in doubt. Leadership does not always wear the harness of compromise. The wisest thing to do with a fool is to encourage him to hire a hall and discourse to his fellow citizens. Democracy is not so much a form of government as a set of principles. When men take up arms to set other men free, there is something sacred and holy in the warfare. A people that values its privileges above its principles soon loses both. If you think too much about being re-elected, it is very difficult to be worth re-electing. Caution is the confidential agent of selfishness. Liberty has never come from the government. Liberty has always come from the subjects of it. Prosperity is necessarily the first theme of a political campaign. We are not here merely to make a living. We are here to enrich the world. All things come to him who waits, provided he knows what he is waiting for. Loyalty means nothing, unless it has at its heart the absolute principle of self-sacrifice. A little group of willful men, representing no opinion but their own, have rendered the government of the United States helpless and contemptible. There can be no equality or opportunity if men and women and children be not shielded in their lives from the consequences of great industrial and social processes which they cannot alter, control, or singly cope with. There is such a thing as a nation being so right that it does not need to convince others by force that it is right. A man's rootage is more important than his leafage. Our object now, as then, is to vindicate the principles of peace and justice in the life of the world. An impartial government does not treat any individual differently than it treats the majority. The best thing that you can do to make yourself patriotic is not to hate some other nation more than you love your own. One cool judgment is worth 1,000 hasty counsels.